All content is free, but the season pass isn't. Correct. All content is free, meaning the story missions of like, if it's a story beat of Two-Face coming in and then a story beat of Scarecrow, that's free. All that's free. The only thing that's not free is the battle pass to get cosmetics and what. The new character's free or part of the season pass. No, the new character's free. All content, listen to the words, all content is free. Content is guns, missions, characters, bosses. That's free. The only thing they're monetizing is battle pass and cosmetic. Correct. The emotes, the banners, the cosmetics, the battle pass, all the stuff is just cosmetic. That's all. That's what they said. Their words. All cosmetics are the only thing they're charging. Probably even the screens, the little emote screens that you can purchase, right? Some people think content includes skins and emotes. That's not content. Yeah. I've said it for Marvel's Avengers. A new character is not new content. Content is story, right? And there's 2 episodes per season. This first season's based on Two-Face and Scarecrow, right? I'm interested in seeing, look, I have no interest as of right now. I have no interest in the PvP aspect of it with the leaderboard, but that's me not playing it and not knowing about it, right? I saw the verses and stuff. I think with friends, it's a little fun thing. I don't see me running back in to try to beat somebody or not. I just play the game. I want the loot part. If the loot part gets me a good time or a good bragging thing, cool. But I don't care about the actual leaderboard. I care about the loot and my character leveling up and doing my build. And if the leaderboard happens to come along with that, then cool. Personally, the Division 2 is still going strong. Yes and no. Yes and no. They abandoned it and then they came back to it. So look, if this game can stick around for a while, excellent. I think they have a good sauce. I do. A lot of people, because of what happened to Destiny and Division and Marvel's Avengers, mostly Marvel's Avengers and Anthem. That's where this comes from, right? Destiny and Division were before Anthem. Anthem came out and then Marvel's came out. And then those 2 games really is what set the precedent for any other looter to come out. And then everyone compares it to those. So if you play this game around season 3, go back to season 1 and 2, yes, they're never taking content away. Now, they explain how using your friend's character in the game to get them loot. That is still weird. So, okay, the way they explained it, Dave, is if I'm playing solo in the game, okay, if I'm playing solo in the game and I want to use Sarge, Jax, and your character, right? One of you's Harley, one of you's King Shark, one of you's Boomerang, I'm Harley, okay? I'm playing by myself, but I don't want to play with anybody else. But I want your characters to come with me because I like your build that you have with King Shark, or I like Boomerang. I bring your character into my game, right? You're on my friends list. Maybe you're on the leaderboard. I look at what you have. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bring him and I bring you into the game. So now what's happening is it's my character that I'm playing for Harley. And then if I switch over to King Shark, I get to use your King Shark. Okay. And I'm him. I'm playing your King Shark in my game, leveling up my King Shark. Right. And then obviously I can change stuff. That's the way I understood them when they said it. Okay. Miller told us all 4 characters are, I'm just bummed out there with no Peacemaker. Maybe it comes in year 2. I'm assuming Peacemaker will probably come when Peacemaker's season 2 comes out, which is what, 2025? Okay. Now, if I don't want your characters in there, okay, let me see if he says it here, right? Let's listen to this again, because there's a part.
Squad leader in multiplayer for the next mission.
How great was I?
We have leaderboards for solo play, for playing with 1 friend, 2 friends, or a 4-player squad.
You're competing with everyone across the world. Cross-platform, it is the best of the best.
Think you're hot shit on toast, but you're cold fart on bread. Did you see that?
There's some really fun incentive playing together as well as playing competitively. You can use the equipment that other players have equipped on their characters in your squad with the AI playing as the characters. And those players whose bots you use get reward.
You hear that now? Again, let me rewind. He says it right there, okay? He says it right there. Let me lower them real fast, okay?
Characters. And those players whose bots you use get reward. The equipment that other players have equipped on their characters in your squad.
The characters, the equipment that the other characters have, you can use in your squad, okay? And then you also get the reward. They get rewards. So if I use your character, I do a mission, I'm playing solo, I'm using your character in my game, you get rewards when you come back on.
With the AI playing as the characters. And those players whose bots you use get reward for you use bots. And that's a really fun feature that I think the players will be incentivized because they'll get something out of doing too.
Farewell! We also have the rival taunt system where on the leaderboards, if you pass your friends or anyone on your friends list who's also playing the game and you beat...
Like, I think this right here, like this cutscene, that's going to be probably a microtransaction in the battle pass, right? Like Deadeye. or Deadshot's, you know, emote when you go up against somebody in
Their
the
score, when next time they log in, they'll get this kind of funny quip just to show that, oh yeah, by
right? The banners, these cutscenes, the you know what I mean? Like all that type of stuff.
the way, I beat you.
I'm ready.
You boot up the game, you're logging in, and then all of a sudden on your screen you get Boomerang giving you the finger.
I think fans are going to have a great time with our remote system. Go out and play as the
Like this right here is probably a, you know, part of a
communicate in
microtransaction.
different ways, really in playful ways. As Rocksteady, as creators, this was another opportunity for us to really engage with our characters, extend the narrative through the player's choices with a very cinematic eye.
Through the game, we offer many customization options and outfits to the player.
Yeah, that's correct, right? That's correct. What Water is saying, he wasn't wrong. I mean, he was wrong because the company didn't finish the game and they closed the game down before the stuff came out. But he was not wrong.
Start off in the prison, you get your prison garbs, and then you evolve to the Task Force X outfits.
Yeah, right. I was thinking something more fashion forward.
The outfit customization in our game is vast, to say the least.
Did you guys see that right there at the very end?
Vast, to say the least.
I love this little comic book style flames coming out. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? This is a comic book story. You are a comic book character in the story, right? I love it. I love that they do this. I would be okay if the whole game was like that.
With this game, Rocksteady will deliver a full story-driven campaign to players, including more cinematics than any previous Arkham game. For players who survived the war against Brainiac's forces and want to keep the adventure going, Rocksteady is ready.
We very much knew we had a story to tell initially, and then we wanted to carry on feeding into that, and then changing up the gameplay to have a game that was going to evolve through post-launch content.
Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is going to
So this is what certain people are saying, right? Well, the end game content is the same in the alpha that we played, and that the new area that we know nothing about, right? So factually, none of us can actually say that in this area here with Joker's area is going to be the same exact missions that we're playing in the other things that we already did, right? Factually, none of us can actually say what it is because we don't know what that is. I'm assuming that every time a new area comes out, there's going to be some sort of new mission content-based loop that you have to go through to stop the monotony from happening. And based off of mine is based off other content that other people have made in the past, because Rocksteady is showing me that they are changing the way other looters have been helped or been up to this point, and they're breaking the narrative of this is how we're doing it, and we're gonna make it. But because Destiny couldn't do it, because Division couldn't do it, but Division fixed it and they are doing it correct, right? Because Anthem couldn't do it, because Marvels couldn't do it, Rocksteady can't do it. It's impossible for anyone to do what they're trying to say, right? Right now, they could fail just like the rest of them, but to automatically put that out there and say that they are gonna fail because the rest of them failed is just unfair.
Content.
Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is going to be one of the most generous, player-friendly, post-launch experiences available.
Every season, we will have 2 episodes. Each season, there's going to be a different spin on how you play, and will be heavily themed by a DC villain. So
Right? Every time, listen to what he just said there. We're going to have different episoode,
it's going to be a different spin on how you play.
different spin. Now, someone will just be very cynical, be like, well, it's just modifiers. Okay, right? Watch the narrative come out. Same enemies, just with modifiers, right? In one game, it's fine. But if it's a game they don't like, it's bad.
And will be heavily themed by a DC villain. So there's many, many layers of influence from the DC world on how you play and what you do.
The seasonal content gets automatically dropped into the game each episode. There's no playable content locked behind a battle pass, and the in-game shop is for cosmetics only.
You'll always be able to go back, play the episodic content. If you want to come back 6 months from now, that'll always be there.
This is a total
Again, listen to what he's saying, okay? They're not taking anything away.
content locked behind a battle pass.
There's no content locked behind a battle pass.
Gets automatically dropped into the game each episode. There's no playable content locked behind a battle pass, and the in-game shop is for cosmetics only.
In-game shops for cosmetics only.
You'll always be able to go back and play the episodic content. If you want to come back 6 months from now, that'll always be there.
This is a totally player-friendly approach to letting you play the content you want to play when you...
The DC
Play it when you want to play it.
universe is massive, and in most games, you can only see or explore a tiny, tiny piece of it. But what's
Right, in most games, they're doing something different.
really cool about the narrative Kill the Justice League is there's almost
And this is not me hyping you up in any way, shape, or form. This is me giving you the information that they're exactly saying and basing it on what they're saying, not basing it on what they're not saying. Sure, could they lie? Do they change? Sure, right? But in no way, shape, or form are they saying that they're taking stuff away. They're not doing what Destiny did, okay? They're not doing what other live service games have done. They looked at what they did and said, we're not doing that.
No limit on where we can go.
Celebrating before the game is over.
Right? People look at it and go, oh, you're just fighting Superman again. Oh, you're just fighting this again. Right, because in Borderlands, when we fought the same boss over and over and over again, that was fine. In Destiny, when you fought the same boss over and over and over again, that was fine. When Division, you fought the same boss over and over and over again, that was fine. But them doing it, that's stupid.
In his pursuit of trying to recreate his perfect Kolu, Brainiac has been experimenting with some of our favorite DC characters' DNA, creating new worlds in alternate reality. It's these worlds that we call Elseworld.
Brainiac is a genius, 12th level intelligence.
And people also, Elseworlds is James Gunn, not what Brainiac is doing in the game. Elseworld, okay, Elseworld is James Gunn's other universe. He said it in a video over a year ago that introducing Elseworld. And now what they're doing, the WB franchise with this game with Rocksteady, is going, let's introduce the Elseworlds that we have, where that's not the main timeline. The main timeline is this, what James Gunn's doing. Anything else that falls outside of that realm is coming into this. So potentially, we could go up against, now I'm not saying this is happening, but we could go up against the Joaquin Phoenix, right? Because that's in the Elseworld. We could go up against the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, because that's in the Elseworld, okay? Anything that doesn't fall in the main timeline, potentially they could bring in skins or anything like that so you can fight against those people, or you're the character from that Elseworld.
But he's also trying to rebuild this civilization that he misses and is lost, and
Yeah, the Division's all modifiers for difficulty. That's what I'm saying, though, Prosy. People are like, this is doing it. It's going to be the same enemies. Like, we get it. You don't like, not saying you, other content creators, we understand that you don't like looter shooters. We get it. You don't play them.
there is nothing he won't do to get
New Kolu will be reborn.
He's building a model of the multiverse, all gathering data.
I will unlock your full potential to serve me.
There's different versions of everybody in different universes, and
There's different versions of different peoples in different universes.
they're
Someone's gonna be like, I just hate. Like, I don't like the multiverse, right? I hate watching it in movies with the multiverse stuff. But it makes fucking sense in a video game because you want different things to happen all the time. When if they kill Superman, if you kill Superman in the game, right? And now Superman comes in and you're fighting a different Superman, they'll be like, okay, look, what would you like to happen? What would you like to happen? Right? You kill Superman, okay, great. Superman's dead forever. It's a video game. You gotta grind for something, right? Superman drops. He's got a 2% chance of dropping a cool weapon or a mod. Nope. Once you kill him, he's done. In Pow World, I literally killed the same boss 3 times. No one's complaining about that. Nobody's complaining about that. That plays those types of games.
timelines have just diverged at some point. We've got lots of amazing characters coming up in seasonal play that I'm really excited for players to meet. And the Elseworld Principles gives us lots of flexibility and lots of room to put our own spin on them.
So we get to play with a bunch of cool shit from all
Right, Superman drops a weapon, too unrealistic. Like, I don't know if he drops a weapon, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the loop for a looter shooter.
alternate universes, and then what? Retire?
When Season 1 launches this March, you'll be able to unlock a new playable character for your squad, the Joker.
buy me dinner first.
The original Arkhamverse Joker has been dead for 5 years, but this is a new Elseworlds twist on the villain.
Right? They're acknowledging that the Joker's been dead for 5 years because this takes place 5 years after Arkham, and Arkham in their game that they created in this universe, he's dead. So there is no Joker in this universe until a dimension opens up and they bring the Joker in from that universe.
He was part
Super unrealistic. I can't fathom this happening. I'm okay with a shark that talks and eats people and uses machine guns and is a demigod. But going into a different dimension and getting Joker, and he looks like this, is just too unrealistic for me.
of the Suicide Squad in the Elseworld that he's from, which already shows that he's slightly more cooperative than the previous Joker we've had. But as you get used to him and actually play to him, you realize he's unhinged in a different way.
Not only has he got to figure himself out, but he's figuring out his place in this new world and this new squad.
Oh, what? Story? For a character that you're using, right? You know the Joker. You're like, oh, wait, this is pretty cool. A Joker that is young, not the Joker that we know of in the universe that was just a evil, evil man. This is a Joker from the other side where he's trying to figure himself out. And there's like going to be story beats and stuff there, right?
He hadn't reached supervillain status before Brainiac invaded, so, you know, he's still a bit less experienced
I think we've taken him back to the kind of more vaudeville roots of Joker. He's masking insecurities with traditional Joker behavior, but deep down, he's not sure who he is yet.
Lock him up. Oh, making new friends after a is always tough.
As your mission expands deeper into the lore of the DC universe, this new version of the Joker will join your fight with his unique combat, traversal, and weaponry.
His traversal is all based around a rocket-powered umbrella, which he can blast himself.
A rocket power umbrella? So unrealistic. I can't do it. I don't understand where people's complaints are.
Into the air, and then uses that to glide around, and then he
I'm okay fighting an alien invasion in a city, but that rocket power umbrella really breaks the immersion.
can actually flip that down to grind along buildings, knocking enemies out of the way.
And the kind of frantic, vertical, and
smooth
horizontal
this
energies
looks.
he has means you've always got to be moving and always attacking the enemies.
The Joker is only the first of the new squad recruits you could meet through the ongoing additions to our game.
Over time, we can build up a library. Characters that DC fans might not have expected to see in a video game, like a regular comic. I look forward to when the next issue's coming out. And in the same way, I hope people will look forward to the next episode.
Whatever it is, I'm down.
New environment.
What they said, and their words, not mine, Jones, is that they have a year worth of content. I think it was like 20 months, months worth of content is what they said. All content's free. Now, does that stay like that forever? I don't know. Is there, because all content's free means that there's no paid DLC ever. Or does that mean all content's free up to a certain point and then they 6 months in, they figure out, okay, well, we didn't make enough sales. Next DLC that comes out next year in 2025, we have to charge for it? I don't. Again, I would be okay, especially after the first year, if they did the cadence, and then like you had to do an expansion like a World of Warcraft or something like that, and then you pay for it in the beginning of the year, right? And you can either pay for the full season or you pay individual season. I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. Look, I'm not delusional. I understand that games need to make money after the fact. Like the main game made its money, okay? And then you would like to make more money off that stuff. Like, I don't understand. I'm okay if No Man's Sky starts charging for DLC, but they're not, because they made so much money up front, and every time they bring out more stuff, it brings in a new customer. So I think that's the way they look at this, okay? I don't know if we see Suicide Squad go on sale right away, because the goal is to get people to buy the game. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, Season 4. I think that main price is what the driving factor is, sort of like what No Man's Sky is doing.
Environments, new characters, missions, challenges, gear, and more. All of this free content comes for players who own the game.
See, if they show that they keep investing in the game, then more people will be like, oh, damn, they added that much stuff, and they'll buy the game. Destiny, you have to buy, it's like $400 if you want to catch up with the stuff, and you can't play it all because they took stuff away.
We can't wait for you to see what the future holds. With Elseworlds, the possibilities are endless.
How do you like that?
Thanks for watching this series. We hope you'll join us for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a third-person action shooter where some of the wildest villains of DC Comics join forces to save the world from its greatest hero.
No, that's mental. We're not doing that.
God help.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you spend $70, you buy a God of War. You spend $70, you get what's a third party game? Cyberpunk 2077. At the end of the day, you pay $70 for another single player game. Meaning you buy the game, you play the game, you beat the game, you put the other game down, right? But for some reason, this game, everyone looks at it and goes, well, this is a live service. They want you to play it for years to come, so there's going to be no story. That's factually false. They literally came out and said this is the biggest, most cutscenes we've ever done, more than any game that we've ever done. Meaning there's story there, okay? So the story of the actual thing, the single player aspect of this game, even though you can play with friends because they want to attract people to come and play, like, oh, I can play this by myself, or I can play it with my friend, or I can play it by myself and use my friend's characters, right? Like, they're doing something that hasn't been done before in a looter shooter anyway, okay? So even if you just play this game, which most people do, they play Destiny and then dropped it. 88%, remember Destiny 1, 88% of the people stopped playing Destiny after they beat the campaign. The campaign wasn't very long, okay? Then when Destiny 2 came out, same thing happened. Mass exodus, because they were playing the story and that was it. Division. People played the story and they stopped playing. That's what happens in every game. Half the people don't even finish any game, right? They don't even get halfway through. But this one's going to be judged based on the live service aspect, not the single player aspect, which is just silly because the looter live service aspect is the icing, not the cake. The cake is the story, and if you stay and play the rest of the stuff, that's bonus. You got your money's worth. That's just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Please make sure you share, like, and subscribe. If you like what we do here, make sure you check out some of our other videos. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. So I'm just a little confused, chat. I'm confused because look, I get that